What's up, YouTube? What you're looking at, well, you're looking at me, but where I'm standing is in an engine bay of a 1976 Ford F-250 four-wheel drive crew cab. It was 390 powered. Well, it was 360 powered, then it was 390 powered, then it was 460 powered, but now it's going to be 7.3 powered. You guys want to see how I did it? So first off, you got to remove the old 460, right? You got to get the old engine, old power plant out of there. It doesn't have to be, just remove your old power plant. And then from there, what I did, I took the whole core support off the front end of this pickup. From there, I was able to access the frame. I cleaned up the frame real good, got it all stripped down. I had to notch my front cross member. I had to take some of the pinch weld out of the firewall. From there, I also decided to put Hydro Boost brakes. Now, a diesel doesn't create vacuum, so I wanted to have something that I wouldn't need a vacuum pump for. Hydro Boost just is less moving parts. It's a more efficient braking system. It takes up less room. It felt like a no-brainer. So I did that. And then I put a slave cylinder brace kit. Now, on these trucks, the firewall is not built for hydraulic. It's built for the linkage that mounts down to the frame. So if you want to switch to hydraulic, I had to put a brace in there. I put the brace in there, mounted the slave cylinder and the master cylinder for the clutch, got all that linkage, ran through there, painted the firewall. I put some nice heat shield on it because it's a diesel. It's going to create a lot of heat. I wanted to minimize that heat transfer into the cab, keep it more into the engine bay so you don't want it to be miserable when you drive it. Now from there, gets to the real meat and potatoes of this whole thing. I needed engine mounts or pedestals for my motor mounts, right? So I put these motor mounts, these engine pedestals that bolt right into a highboy, I put those in there. And then now I'm gonna need a power plant, right? So I ended up sourcing a 1999 Ford F-350 with an engine out of a 2002 F-350. And then it has a transmission out of a two-wheel drive 97 F-350. Made it all of those together, got it pulled out of the donor truck, dropped it in place. Now, because the Super Duty 7.3 is intercooled, I had to figure out how to get the intercooler mounted to my front core support. Now, lucky for me, I was able to figure out how to make it work on the stock one with the stock Super Duty intercooler, and I used the stock Super Duty intercooler tubes. I just turned the driver's side one upside down so that it would clear my windshield wiper reservoir. Now from there, I had it all bolted up. I had to build a custom downpipe because where the firewall sits in a dent side, it wouldn't even clear an OBS downpipe between the block and the firewall, so I had to route it over around the valve cover, but it also allowed me to run a 4-inch downpipe, which is great. A big downpipe is great. I'm just happy about that. The intake, I ended up sourcing off of a 6.4 Powerstroke, and by sourcing, I mean I had it sitting in my shop, and the bends actually worked out extremely well, so I'm happy about that. For the fan, I went with a 6.0 fan and an OBS fan clutch. Puts it closer to the engine, takes up less of my core support space, and then the cooling ability of that plastic 6.0 fan is better, and the fan itself is lighter, and less rotating weight is always good. Now you're probably thinking, what did I do for a fuel system? I went with a single tank underneath the bed in the rear of the axle, ran one fuel system with a regulated return all through the engine. I had to build shifter because it's a ZF5. It came through the floor, but I just hate the way them stupid stock ZF5 shifters look. And then if I put the ZF5 shifter the way that it is, I could keep my twin sticks where they are, and now I'm able to use my 3D printed Ford parts cup holder and also this fold down center console part of my seat system. As the back seats out of a GMT 800, front seats out of a Flex Steel. I think it's like an 80s top kick GM whatever. They are bias ply tires. Now bias plies 9 to 16, 916s, whatever they are. They look so cool. It's got stock era appropriate hubcaps. They didn't come four-wheel drive, so I had to cut the holes. The upper water neck actually is off of an OBS because then it could push the hose to the same size as my dent side radiator, and I was able to run this dent side radiator. I found a stock box from a driver's side dent side for my stock battery box for the driver's side. So now I have two matching appropriate dual battery boxes, so that's cool. It has a GT38R turbo, I think, the ball bearing one, the upgrade. I have that. It doesn't have the EBP anymore, or EBPV. Other than that, we're gonna see where it goes. Got to finish the exhaust, finish the fuel system, little bit of buttoning up here and there, but we have a 7.3 Ford dent side, a 76 with a 7.3 Powerstroke inside of it.